James Charles is back. Sisters, pisters, we have a problem. James Charles came back from being canceled, is what I would say if he hadn't been consistently posting on YouTube and TikTok since being canceled. I mean, James Charles still has 24 million YouTube subscribers, 38 million TikTok followers. He's fine. He's always been fine. Regardless, though, a lot of people on the internet hate James Charles, which is what happens typically when you message minors and talk about like sex and stuff. Ironically, a few years ago, James Charles also defended Colleen Ballinger. All this shit is connected. It's literally all lies. The boy begged Colleen for the panties for years. He ran her Twitter for one day and she never ghosted him either. See, that's all lies. You know, people who pray together stay together, as they say. Despite all this, though, James Charles would like to be uncanceled, says the guy who has been getting pretty consistently 1 million views on every video he's made for about a year. And trust me, when James Charles says, I would like to be uncanceled, all he's saying is, people are hurting my feelings on Twitter and I want to sell products to people without them thinking I'm a pedophile. 1 million views on my videos isn't enough. I used to get so many more than that. When this article first dropped, very simple question entered my mind. Why? But thankfully, the article makes it extremely clear in one of the first paragraphs. It's no surprise that a star's willingness to answer intimate questions about a catastrophic stretch of their lives increases dramatically when they have a project to promote. In today's case, that's ostensibly Charles's new makeup line, Painted. James Charles is starting a new makeup brand that launches in August. He did an ad for it on TikTok with Jojo Siwa.
It's coming out so good. Oh, please stop moving.
I can do it myself.
No, it's
Let me do
okay.
it myself.
No, it's okay.
This chair of yours is the most uncomfortable. I'll just stand up and do it.
Are you kidding me? I can't do this anymore. I need to call for backup. Jojo's acting up again. I need help. Jojo, have you learned nothing?
Yeah, that's right. It's Abby Lee Miller, the abusive, narcissistic monster that runs Dance Moms. Generally considered to be a bad person, but when it comes to Painted by James Charles, we work with whoever we want. What is Abby Lee Miller wearing, by the way? I mean, this was posted during Pride Month, but this is the best vid ever. Your marketing team deserves a raise. James Charles also did a video with Jojo Siwa a month ago, credit card swap with Jojo Siwa, and that's one of his best performing videos in the last few months. Jojo Siwa was also in this horrible Shane Dawson video where she promoted her Pride collection, which she's also wearing in the ad with James Charles. I can't help but think that Jojo Siwa is being used as like a marketing tool to introduce a much younger audience to these canceled YouTubers. I mean, Jojo Siwa's audience is getting older, so of course they're totally ready for a Shane Dawson type figure. That's the kind of content that matches this demographic the best, and this demographic isn't going to know as much about these people being canceled as an older demographic would. If it's intentional, it's really gross, but if it's on accident, it's not any better. People love to accuse commentary YouTubers of platforming creepy freaks. Our audiences won't go watch a Shane Dawson video. What Jojo is doing is platforming for both Shane and James Charles. Would a still banished person have hundreds of thousands of fans enthusiastically engage with his YouTube beauty tutorials? Would a truly exiled person be 24 years old and reportedly living in a $7 million farmhouse? There's a lot riding on the answer. Painted. A solo venture 4 years in the making launches in just a few weeks. This article is just an ad for his makeup brand. This is really gross. In the end, substantiated or not, multiple media reports indicated at least 15 boys and men had accused Charles of inappropriate behavior. Charles says now the source of where the list came from was not doing any sort of research. No fact checking. Some of the screenshots depicted consensual conversations between adults, he says. Others were completely fake and never happened. Charles has never been legally charged with engaging inappropriately with a minor, let alone proven to have knowingly done so. He's more cautious now, although not so much that he's given up on the DM sliding completely. He's still DMing random people because he's horny. That is weird. Don't do that. Instead, he's requiring potential romantic interests to provide IDs before he engages. I'm a club bouncer at this point. Charles also tells me recently he caught a 17-year-old trying to lie about his age by taking out a digit on his ID. Why would you even say that? You're like, yeah, you know, I was actually talking to a 17-year-old, but I caught him this time. Little sneaky guy. Maybe just don't. You still slid into his DMs and were trying to talk to him. Do you know what that says about you? That you messaged a 17-year-old and when you looked at him, you're like, I messaged that guy. Eventually, he hired a PR firm to help. They were trying to get me into every single event and premiere and red carpet and show, and every single one of them was a no. But eventually, the gatekeepers soft. Charles started making significant appearances. The Grammys, the Scream 6 movie premiere, a Young Hollywood night hosted by Vanity Fair and TikTok. He also appeared at a cosmopolitan party in LA. That's interesting. Why does the article keep bringing up how slanted it is towards him. And now there's Painted, his biggest business swing yet. The first product, Create Paint, is a set of cream colors in 10 shades encased in tubes. Oh man, thanks. Thanks for going over how good the product is. Yeah, wait, how many tubes does it come with? Wait a minute, it comes in tubes? I mean, that's the information I was looking for in this article. Sorry guys, I'm being a little sarcastic about this one. In our own messy, imperfect way, maybe we're starting to calibrate our responses to the severity of the offender's offense. Maybe we've arrived at the point where we're doing out appropriate levels of social censure. Or maybe we're just tired of keeping score and ready to succumb to the path of least resistance, letting our feeds figure it out for us. You can't say that when you just did a puff piece for him. Let's let our feeds figure it out for us. You are not us in this situation. You are you doing the propaganda that ends up on the feed. Let's just let the feeds figure it out for us while I put stuff in there and you don't. Let's just let only James Charles's friends talk about what he did. Listen, I think it's just inappropriate to be messaging people as a creator, period. You're horny. Stop. I don't care. Stop messaging random, clearly very young looking men. It's weird. The most frustrating part about this article is that James Charles was never canceled to begin with. The appropriate amount of punishment or whatever that they're talking about at the end of the article never even happened. James Charles has a thing for really young looking boys, and he also gets a makeup line now. He still made millions and millions of dollars when he got canceled. It just wasn't as much as it was supposed to be. And of course, because James Charles is a gay man, he's immediately going to be used as propaganda for Brett Cooper to talk about how gay men are groomers. Arguably one of the most frustrating things about James Charles hiring a PR. If you are going to be doing excuses or reaching out to random minors thinking they're 18, regardless, it's weird, then conservatives are going to use you as propaganda against gay people. Like, you're doing the defenses and they're gonna say all gay people say this. You know what I mean? So not only is James Charles kind of a creep and a bad person, he's creating a weird and bad precedent for creators to come back after not receiving any repercussion. And Painted's probably gonna be huge. I won't lie to you. He just did a collab with JoJo Siwa. Come on. I don't think anyone is really forgiving James Charles. They're just flooding his audience with a new, younger demographic, and that's exactly what he wants for multiple reasons. I don't think James Charles should have a platform. He's clearly demonstrated that he's not responsible with it. He keeps saying that he understands the power dynamic and doesn't stop cold DMing strangers. And when you don't have the judgment to not do that to minors, maybe you should just not have the ability to do it at all. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye, sisters.